Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jolene, and if you're new here, I am the author of the Glory MC series as well as the Moonrise Beach series. So today's video is going to be my 2021 planner lineup or my planner system. So I have 5 planners here and I'm going to go through each one and kind of tell you how I'm going to be using them for the year of 2020. So these are sizes that I'm all very familiar with. I've used them all in the past, but it's my first time using them all together. So in 2020, I was using A5 Kikki rings. I was using this planner, which is an A6 rings. I was also using this one, which is a personal wide rings, and I was in a Hobonichi weeks. So the things that have changed is I am now going to be moving up the A5 rings into an A5 wide ring. So that is what this is. This is an Estelle cloud planner, and I'm going to be using this as my main work planner. And then the other thing that I have kind of introduced this year is the Hobonichi cousin. So I will show you how all of this stuff is going to be working together and how I plan on using them in this video. So grab yourself a coffee. This is going to be a really long video, but hopefully I can get through it without losing my voice. So I'm going to move all of this off to the side first. We're going to start with this one. And this is my Estelle Cloud Planner. So in October, I treated myself for my birthday and I bought a couple of these. So this is one of them, and this is the rose quartz color in the silver hardware. I also have this in the lilac daydream with the gold hardware. So as I mentioned, this is going to be my work planner. If you don't know, I am an author. I'm a romance author, and I also work as an assistant to other New York Times bestselling authors as well. So the A5 size planner worked well for me for 5 years, and I honestly think that I can still use it again, but I decided to move up a size because I want to have a little bit more space in my weeklies. So that's why I moved into the A5 wide size. So this is what my planner looks like on the inside. It's not fully set up yet. I've ordered some things, but it hasn't arrived yet. But in here, I just have a pocket that I made and laminated using some digitals. And in here, I just have some foiled stickers that I want to use. So these are all from Samantha May Sticks. And I want to use this in my planner. So I just have them in there handy for whenever I want to use it. I also have this really big notepad, and this is from Kikki. It has some gold foiling on it, and I like it because it is the A5 size. So I can just punch it and put it in anywhere I want for an extra to-do list there. With the cloud planner, you do get one of these card slot pockets with the window, so I just put a washi card in there, and then I have a holographic bow in there. It's a die cut. Speaking of bows, I do have this clip. I'm not sure where that's from, but it is purple and sparkly. Someone gave me that. And then I do have just a journaling card here at the back. And then I have another journaling card, and this is from XO Carolyn Designs. These die cuts with the Dot the Bear, those are from Paper K, really sweet. And then this little crochet bow is from Sweet Paper Bliss. At the bottom here, I do have some charms that are on these TN straps. So the cloud planners, all the Estelle planners, they do come with rings and strings in the front and in the back. So on the front strings here, I just have this charm, and this is from the Paper K's Advent calendar. And then also at the back here, on the back strings, I do have the other charm that was included. They're really cute, but they're still out of the way a little bit. So this is my main work planner. So this is everything that I use to write my books. So over here, I just have one of these custom rainbow clips, and these are from Sweet Paper Bliss. So I was able to choose the colors that I want, and she made it for me. Over here, I do have some jelly paper, and these dividers are ones that I made by myself. So I used some rose gold vinyl, and I made it in the scallop because I want to complement the cloud scallop. And then also, if you know my inserts, all my inserts in my shop have a pink scallop on them. So I wanted everything to kind of match. So just here, I do have a piece of scrapbook paper. It has some silver hollow on it, and that is the back of it. And then I do have one of my yearly calendars. So I have a one-page version, and this is the two-page version of the 2021 Year at a Glance calendar. On the front and back, you get important dates. So you can write all your important events happening and then mark them off on the calendar here. I have versions that are Sunday start and Monday start, so it's up to you what version that you want. They're all in the shop, so you guys can go check that out. So my shop is Anna Jolene Printables on Etsy, and you guys can use the code SAVE10 for 10% off of your order. So that is the first thing that I have in here. I just have some happy scrappy paper here, just to give it a little bit of sturdiness because this is such a large size. And then I have my monthlies. So these are the monthlies that I have in my shop. I started using this planner when I got it in October, so I have the monthly spreads completed. This is November. I do have a plan with me video on this one, and then this is this month, December, which I also have a plan with me video on. So these are what my inserts look blank, and you can use the Erin Condren sticker kits in here, so just like this. And then all my inserts do have the pink scallop down the center. Sometimes they're on the top or the bottom, it just depends, but I really like it because obviously it matches the planner really well, and that's why I knew I had to get this planner, because it matched my inserts so well. So I have all of 2021. I have all the inserts already printed, and then I have another Year at a Glance. Once again, this is the two-page version, and I'm using this for my promotions for my book, so that's why I wanted a different calendar. So I'll write all the promotions per book that I have per month, and I'll mark them off here on the calendar. Over here I do have this pocket from Kiki K, and this is in the A5 size, so you can see that's a little bit smaller than the A5 wide. It's not as tall and not as wide. For the purpose of holding my kits, they're perfect for that, so I just have the extras for my monthly kit. So anytime I want to add anything here as the month goes on, I have these sticker kits handy. My next section is my weekly section. So I just have another happy scrappy paper here. That's the back of it, and then I have some vellum here. And then in here I actually put my to-do list. So these are my 2-column to-do list with the heart checklist, and I really like these. They give you a ton of space for to-dos. I'm going to be using this as my next action list. So if you follow the getting things done method, then maybe you're familiar with it. But basically, if I have a to-do that's not immediate, I put it on here. So any project to-dos or any daily to-dos, anything like that will go here. And then through my weekly review process, I will put them into my weeklies. So I keep them here instead of at the very front of my planner, just so that it's closer to my weeklies. It just makes it easier so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth so much. These are my weeklies. So these are the vertical weeklies that I have in my shop. I have a this week column here, and then I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And in these inserts, I do use Erin Condren sticker kits. And then what I have here is my half list. So these are going to be new releases in my shop, and they are the width of one of these boxes, as you can see. So what's nice about them is that you can use this as like a portable to-do list. Over here you do have a weekly section, but for me I usually keep it for trackers and like the sidebar stuff. And then here, if I have any to-dos that I'm not really sure what day I want to put it on, but I know I want to do it sometime this week, I put it down here. So you can use this for a bunch of different things, a to-do list, an inbox, a grocery list, anything like that. You can even use it for pre-planning. But if you don't finish your to-dos for that particular week, what you can do is pull it out and then just move it to your next week. And that way you don't have to keep writing your to-dos over and over again. So that is my weekly section. I have all of 2021 printed already for me, so I'm good and ready for that. My next section is my social calendar section. Just have some more scrapbook paper. And this is a different type of monthly that I have in my shop. So I have two monthlies that are a month on one page. So I have a Monday start here. So this version is the grid with to-do lists. And I also have another one that just has the boxes, so you can list out 1 to 30 what the events are on here. So it's up to you what kind of version you want, but both versions are in the shop. I just went with this one because I'm going to be using this as my social calendar for my work. So the things that I will list in here are my book promotions, events, my newsletters, my blog posts, things like that. So I do have the whole year in there. Next up is my projects section. So I just have some vellum here. And then this really cute paper is from Happy Scrappy, and of course it's pink and cloud, so I thought it matched my cloud perfectly, so I put that in there. And I love this background as well. This sticky pocket is from Sweet Paper Bliss, and it's made for the A5 wide size, so it's quite large. And she does various colors of bows. I just have some die cuts, so these are from Exo Carolyn Designs, Purpose Papery, Hello Paper Cat, and so on. So here I have more of my 2-column to-do list. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to have a sheet for every book that I'm working on. So in the first column here, I'm going to be writing my writing checklist, so all the steps that I need to do in order to get the book written. This column here will be my publishing checklist, so all the steps that are needed in order to publish the book, and I will just check them off as I go through. So each page will be a different book, and that way I have a clear understanding of where I am in the process of each book. Because I work on different books at a time, sometimes they're at different stages, so it's easier for me to keep track of what stage this book is in, what's the next step that I need to take for this book to be completed. So it just gives me a better visual of that kind of process. And then here I also have my 3-box grid. So this is also in my shop, and I've been using this to write my to-dos and kind of thoughts and processes. Sometimes I make notes for myself to come back to as I'm working on a different project, so that's where this is going to come in handy. My last section is my tracker. So here I just have a piece of acetate with silver foiling on it, and then this is my favorite paper from TPS. This is from the December 2018 kit, and I love the back as well. So I have another one of these pockets from Sweet Paper Bliss. This is from Tulle and Twine, and I just have some more die cuts there. So here's my yearly tracker. So this is actually for the A5 or half letter size, so it's obviously much more narrow, but I didn't feel the need to print out an A5 wide version just because all I'm going to be doing here is just checking things off. I don't necessarily need to make a bigger checklist, if you know what I mean. So this is ample enough space for me. I've been using this year as well. So I'm just going to be putting my reoccurring monthly tasks, so everything that I want to do on a monthly basis. This includes my monthly wrap up, and then I will check it off as I do them each month. So that's why you have the January to December here. You can use it as a checklist. So that is what I've been using as my monthly wrap up, and then I'm actually going to do my monthly wrap up and reflection here. So each box will be a different month. I will write things down like my social media stats for the month, what are the major things that I worked on, any major wins, accomplishments, and also I will write a little bit about the projects that I'm working on. So that way I have my whole entire year within these pages. So each box will be a different month. So I have all that there. At the very back, I have another one of these Kiki K pockets, and in here I am just keeping the sticker kits that I'm going to be using in my weekly. So I have several pages ready for when I start doing those. And I'm definitely going to be filming Plan With Me's in this larger size, so you guys can definitely look forward to those videos in the future. So that's handy to have there. I have this cloth and paper top loading divider. This sticky note is also from cloth and paper. And then in here I actually have my reference section. So I have things like my passwords and my finance notes. I just took it out because I am not really going to show that information anyways. And then at the back I have this dashboard from Hello Paper Cat, and I really like it because it's super sturdy. It's made with really thick lamination, and I think it works well as a page lifter. At the very back here, I have this Kiki K notebook, and in here I'm going to be writing my schedule. So in the past, I've usually kept that schedule in my rings, but because of this configuration in this planner, I find that I'm able to add a lot more. So I can put this notebook in, and I've just slid it in here. You do have these 2 pockets, and you still have an extra one here. So tons of space, and then obviously you have your TN straps as well. So lastly, you do get 2 pen loops. I have these 2 pens from Kiki K. So that is my basic setup in my main A5 work planner. So I'm excited to move into this size in the new year. I think it's going to be super functional for me. And I really like the cloud. I really love the scallops and how they match my inserts. The next planner that I'm working with for 2021 is this planner. It's the Hobonichi Weeks. And I have the full year version because I want to use it as a pre-planner. There's no point in me really using the avec if it's not going to be all together for the purpose of pre-planning. I need the whole year. So in the past, I've actually used a pocket planner for my pre-planner. I've done that for the past 2 or 3 years, and that has worked really well. But in 2020, I became so busy that the monthly calendar was just too small. I wasn't able to fit all my events in one little box, especially if I have more than 1 event per day. So that is why I moved into the A5 cousin size. I'm hoping that this larger size will give me enough space. So in here you have a daily, a weekly, and a monthly. So you have a ton of room. So this cover is the Strawberry Biscuit from the 2021 lineup. I do have a Lovely Mind die cut there. So this is what it looks like so far. I just have an ollie clip, some various page flags. This is one from Mizutama. I have some translucent dot stickers. I have some keto washi, so they're just thin washi strips like that. And then I do have some paper clips here. Tucked in here, I have some translucent dot stickers. These are from the Hobonichi store. And then in here I have some various to-do lists. These are from Kiki K. I have another one of these rainbow clips. This is another custom from Sweet Paper Bliss. And then I just clipped some B6 notepad paper, and I'm going to use this as my master to-do list. So every month I'm going to have a list of things to do, and I'll just stick them underneath there. I also have some post-its underneath. So this right here is one of the printables that I offer in my shop. So in addition to ring-bound inserts, I also carry Hobonichi and Stylogy full-page stickers. So what you would do is you would download them, print them out on sticker paper, and then cut them out. You can also print them out on regular paper and then just paste them in using some adhesive, or you can tip them in anywhere you want. So this version is my year at a glance, and then I have 2 different fonts, a cute font, which is what this is, and also a classic font. And then the other colorway that I have is a gray. So depending on whether you're a more minimal planner or a more kawaii planner, I have a different aesthetic and version for you guys. So in the yearly calendars, I do have a 1-page version, and I do also have a 2-page version. So it's up to you which version that you want. And then here I have the Monday version, but I also have a Sunday version as well. Over here, I just have my most important dates. So I already have some things scheduled for the year. In this section, I'm actually going to use this as a social media tracker. So I'm going to be tracking all my Facebook posts. So I do have an author page. It's an author Facebook page. And so I do post there every single day. So I'm going to keep track of those posts in here. At the very bottom here, I'm going to be tracking my promotions for my books. So I promote my books every month. So I'll just write them down here so that at the end of the year, I have a record of everything that I've done. So as you can see, I already have some dates written down. Now we are into the monthly section. So I'm just writing down my most important dates with these dot stickers, and then also some labels. And sometimes I use kits. I don't use a full kit, but just a few elements of a kit, and then mostly washi. So anything that's on these kind of tabs and these post-its are things that are not confirmed yet. So anything that's actually written on here has been confirmed. So I just put that here because I'm thinking about doing a sale on this week. I'm not sure yet. So that's why it's on a little post-it tab. And then same thing with these dates. I'm not really sure if they're happening yet, but once they get confirmed, I will put them with these stickers. So I have these small stickers here just writing down the holidays, so Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day, etc. So as you can see, I've already been starting putting down my dates. So that's how I'm going to be using the monthly section of this planner. I do have the tabs all placed down here just so that I can get to it really easily. And I'm going to be using this whole section as a forward planner. Over here I have a weekly tab, and I just put a clear divider label on it. And in here, I'm going to be pre-planning my week. So I'm going to be using sticker kits in here. And I'm going to be using primarily printable sticker kits because I can size down my Erin Condren kits to fit the Hobonichi. So as you can see here, I've started putting down the events that I know are happening already. And I'm not going to be waiting for this week to come before I write down the things. I'm actually going to be writing down the things as I get confirmation for them. So that's why this section is going to be quite messy. It's going to be the pre-planner section. I just need something where I can have my whole week at a glance, just so I can see what's going on. And I can schedule accordingly. So I can see like, oh, this date is open, I can schedule something there. The weekly section for me is all for pre-planning. This section is something that I usually have clipped off, so I just have a Sweet Paper Bliss paper clip here. And this is the turning the page to a new year. So what I've done is I've made a vision board or like a mood board for my books. So in 2021, I'm going to be releasing 2 Moonrise beach books. So that's why all this here has a beach vibe to it. Like for example, the hero in my dreams, he's a pro surfer. So that's why I have the water here, and you can see some surfers there. This picture was taken in Australia, and my hero moves to Australia, so that's why that's there. So it all relates to my book in some way. I can come to this page and look at it all the time whenever I need inspiration. So now we are on to the daily pages. I just have another one of the tabs here with the clear divider labels. And I'm going to be using this as my daily to-dos. So as you can see here, I will just write down the important dates that are happening. So whether that's holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, and then obviously the work events that I have going on. I have my to-do list that I'm starting, and then I'll continue that list and maybe break up that list over here. Just so that it's not just one big long list that I'm working with. Because I have multiple jobs and multiple businesses, having them broken up will help me. At the beginning of each month, you do get this blank page, and in here I've kind of broken it up. I've put important dates, so I will write all my important dates on one column and all my goals in one column for the month. Now these goals are going to be different than the master to-do list that it's going to be in the front. This one is going to be actual to-do list, and then this section here will be more so what I want to accomplish that month. So that is how I'm going to be using this front page. And as you can see, I've already started putting some events that I know are happening, and each month has a different color code. So for example, January is this kind of bluish color, and I've been using Tombow markers to write this. They're just brush pens. I do have my pencil board here handy. And then each month is a different color. So that will go on for the rest of the year. I have my color code all picked out. And then here I have more of my printables in my shop. So this is another version of my printables. This is the Life in Pixels. So this version is the cute font with the pink. Like I said, I do have a classic font with a gray, so it's up to you what kind of combo you want, but I'm going to be keeping track of my mood in this section, so I've just used these mild liners to create a color coding, and these are my moods. So I will fill that out every single day. At the back here, I have one of my important dates, and this is the list version. I do also have a grid version of this one, and this comes in the gray colorway as well as the pink. And then I also have the cute font as well as the classic font. So I have the 1-page version. I do have a 2-page version, which I will show you in a bit. But here I just put my most important upcoming events just so I can see at a glance like, oh, okay, January doesn't have anything right now. I can schedule something there. So that's a great way to use that insert. In the My 100, I'm going to be keeping track of the books read for 2021. So if you don't know, I'm also a book blogger. So I do own my own book blog, but I also write for Fresh Fiction as well. So I'm a reviewer there as well as a columnist. So I do read quite a bit. You have 100 spaces here, but I know that I read more than 100 in a year. So what I've done is I've actually printed out one of my pink grids and I pasted that down here. So whatever doesn't fit in here, I can continue the list here. This next spread is one of my favorites. So what I've done here is I've taken some vellum and I printed my 2021 year at a glance on 2 pages. And what I've done is I've tipped it in here using some washi tape and then stuck on the actual pages in here. I have the classic pink list important date, and this is the 2-page version. So this was the 1 page, like I mentioned. So this is what it looks like on the 2-page. You get a little bit more room. And this spread here I'm going to be using as my writing schedule. So I'm going to be using this as reference, and I like to keep track of the different projects that I'm working on. So I work on different books. So I want to keep track of what stage that book is in per month. So maybe In My Dreams is in its editing phase, but another book that I'm working on is still on its first draft. So I just want to keep track of that schedule in here, and having these kind of foldovers are really handy because I don't have to keep flipping to look for the dates that I need. So that is just a idea for that. You guys can watch my Hobonichi cousin setup to see how I did this. You can see how I set this whole entire planner up. I will link that video down below. Over here I just have the line version of the pink grid. So this is the grid version, this is the line version. So I just want to make some notes here for this stuff. So this is my yearly tracker. This one I'm using for my shop, my Etsy shop, and this one is a personal to-do list. So here are reoccurring tasks that I've listed. So I have one for finances, release, bookkeeping, reflection, and customer service. So these are all the things that I want to do on a monthly basis for my shop. For my personal, I want to keep up with my reading journal, my monthly tracker, and my goals bujo every month. So as the months go on, I will just tick them off. And then that's pretty much it. I do have some extra pages where I can put some more printables for my shop. But for now, I just have some to-do lists, and then usually I'll keep some stickers in here. So I have this fountain pen. This is a Kaweco Sports in the macchiato color, and I have it in the fine nib. So this is a fountain pen, and I am using the fountain pen in the daily section. So I'm not going to be using many stickers or washi tape in this section. It's going to be just pen, fountain pen, and ink. And hopefully that will keep it from getting too bulky, so I can use it for the whole entire year. The only time I would use washi in this spread is because I messed up and I just need to cover it up. So that is how I'm going to be using the cousin. Once again, if you guys want to see a more thorough walkthrough and setup process of this planner, I do have a video on it. It's one of my most popular videos as of late, so I hope you guys will check it out if you haven't already. But that is my pre-planner. My next size is the personal wide size. I've been using this planner all year round, so I'm very familiar with this size. This particular planner is from Estelle, and it's the Scarlet planner in the Shadowboxer, so it's all black. So in here I just have some foiled stickers. So these are from Samantha May Sticks, and these ones are from White Deer Stationery. Then I have some cards here from Tulle and Twine, and this is from Exo Carolyn Designs. My front dashboard here is from Paper K, and it has my name on it there. I don't know if you can see that, it's very light. But here I just have an inbox. So I just have to-do lists, various to-do lists as my main inbox before my actual tab. These tabs are ones I made myself using some vinyls from Panda Pig. So I have a dashboard, and all my dashboards in here are from Tool and Twine. And I have vellum that I just made myself with this really simple design. And then I have a monthly calendar once again. This is the personal wide version, and I have it on 2 pages because that's my favorite layout, and then you get the important dates. And this is my 2-page monthly, so I've actually been using this since August. So just pen. I've been writing out all my important dates here, so I'm just going to continue it into the new year. So once again, this is in my shop, Anna Jolene Printables. My next tab is my weekly tab, so I have another dashboard. And this vellum is from Purpose Papery. So this is another insert that's in my shop. It's a modified week on 1 page. So I have Monday to Friday on this side, and then the weekend is actually on this side. So it gives you a lot more room to write, and you also have your extra to-do list. So these inserts I've been using for a very long time, since like April. So I've been testing out for a very long time, and it's definitely become my all-time favorites. So you're probably asking, why do I need another weekly? This is for any to-dos that I have to do for other authors. So I work as an assistant for multiple New York Times best-selling authors, and so anytime I have something to do for them, I can map it out here. And having their own separate section, it means that it doesn't get jumbled in with my personal stuff as an author. It can get a little bit confusing sometimes, so having it separate just clears my mind a little bit. My third tab is my video tab. So I have another dashboard, vellum. This vinyl is from Panda Pig again. So here's where I'm keeping track of my videos, like all the YouTube videos that I upload. So I have the whole year ready already. And this clip is from Sweet Paper Bliss. And behind that, I just have some note paper here so I can plan out my YouTube videos. My next tab is for my blog. So like I mentioned, I am a book reviewer, so I need to keep track of all the advanced reader copies. So these are books that I get before they're released so that I can review them. So I have this dashboard from Paper K, and I just kept it in there even though it's not technically autumn anymore. I just like how it looks with this insert. So I have a 1-page year at a glance. This is from my shop. And then you have the important dates. So I write the most important arcs that are coming out here. And then I have my box dailies, and these are available in my shop. It's just a grid page. And in this section, I'm writing down all the books that I get for review. So I will have a page for each month, and I will check off as I read them. And then here I just have some more vellum. This section I'm going to be using as my book challenges. So each month I'm going to write the prompts out and then what books I'm going to be reading for that challenge. So I have that there. I have a Tool and Twine die cut. This is from Panda Pig again. And this section is for my work as an author assistant. So these are a variation of my categorized lists. The ones in my shop are going to be a little bit different, but for my purpose, I prefer it like this. And I'm going to be using this to keep track of the giveaways that I do for other authors. So when they ask me to run a giveaway, I will just write the giveaway here and then make sure I post it if I scheduled it. And then once I send the winner the gift, then I can check it off. And then I just have some extra note pages here. And this little clip here is from Sweet Paper Bliss. So my last section here just has a dashboard, some more vellum, and then I just have my to-do list. So these are my hard checklists in my shop. And I just keep track of any lists that I want, any wish lists, anything like that. At the very back, I have this Kiki K pocket. And in here, I am keeping some stickers. And these are from the Sweet Planner. And then I have this dashboard that I made. I just laminated it. And then on the strings, I actually have this folder. And then I have this TN insert. And inside is just some grid paper. At the very back, I have my pen. This is a Uniball Signo. I have a die cut, some stickers, and some more foiled stickers. So that is what I have in my personal wide. Next up is my Hobonichi weeks. So I am going to be using the weeks part of this pretty much how I have been in the past, but the monthly and the notes section, I've changed things up. So this is the Cherry Blossom weeks, and I have a die cut from Paper Echoes there. And I just have some post-its, a journaling card, and a little bit of deco here and there. This clip is from Glimmer and Glam. So here I just have my important dates already listed out, so I have this whole section filled up already, and then I'm gonna continue that here. Yearly I'm going to use for my work, just keeping track of the promotions that I have going on. Now in the monthly, I'm going to be using this as a finance planner. So over here I'm going to keep track of my balance per week. I'm going to write down my bills that are due, my paydays, and also when I spend. So I'm actually probably not going to show much of this section anymore after this video, just because it is so personal, but I do have tabs running down every single month just so it's easy for me to get to. This clip here is from Sweet Paper Bliss, and I think it matches perfectly with the planner. So that is my finance section. In here I'm going to be using it exactly the same way as I have been in the past. This first section will be events, and the second section here will be my to-dos. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually extend this line here across the page so that I have 7 sections across. And in this section I'm going to do my highlights of the day, and then I'm going to do some micro journaling. So at the end of the day I'd like to write about how my writing day went, if I reached my word count, any problems that I may be having about a scene that I'm writing. So essentially it's a little bit of a writing journal in this section. And this is my pencil board for this year. So that is the weekly section. At the very back I'm using this as a reading journal. And if you're curious about how I set this all up, you guys can watch my Hobonichi weeks setup video. I posted that a while ago, so I will link that down below for you. But I'm going to keep track of my best books in this section, which is why I have already closed it off. And then starting here, I'm going to use it as my reading journal. So previously I kept this information in a large KikK A5 planner, but I found that it was just way too big. So I'm hoping to put it in here, and hopefully it will be easier to keep track of the books that I need to review in this section. Here I have a printable from my shop. This is the Pink Cute Year at a Glance in the Monday Start, and I'm going to be using this as my no spend calendar. So in 2020 I managed to do a no spend for 3 months, which is pretty big for me. But I find that I succeed a lot more if I plan it out. April is one of the months where I'm going to be doing a no spend. So by planning it out, I know what's coming up, and therefore I feel like I'm better able to complete it. So in the My 100 section here, I'm going to keep track of my books reviewed in 2020. So it's actually going to be different than what I keep in here in the My 100s. This is the books read, and this is going to be books reviewed. So I don't necessarily review every single book that I read, just the ones that I review for my blog, which is Under the Covers Book Blog and Fresh Fiction. But since I usually review more than 100 books, I have added the pink grid here just so that I can continue that list on. And then what I've done for the next 3 spreads is I printed out my yearlies. So this is January to December, and then what I've done here is I want to keep track of the different genre of books that I read. So I've listed them down here and also on the back here, just so that I'm making sure that I'm reading different genres. So the genres that I have here are contemporary, cozy mystery, historical, fantasy, science fiction, erotic, new adult, young adult, paranormal, urban fantasy, romantic suspense, and women's fiction. On the other side I have steampunk, historical fiction, LGBT, and self-help. And so I do have space for more. On the next one here, I have debut, new to me, favorite, and audiobooks. And I have this part here because I want to make sure that I'm reading new authors as well as new to me authors, and I'm not just reading the more popular books. I think if you're a book reviewer, it's important for you to introduce readers to new books. And then at the very bottom here, I do have a list of 1-star to 5-star, and so that way I can track, like, oh, in January I read 4 5-star books. So just in case you're curious, so this is the classic font with the gray background, this is the cute pink, and then this is the cute font with the gray. So it looks a little bit different once you print them out, obviously. So I just have some post-its at the very back and a die cut, and that is my week setup. If you guys want to see the whole process video of me setting this up, I do have a video already uploaded on my channel, so I will put that in the cards for you guys in case you guys want to check that out. And the very last planner that I have in my system is the A6 rings. So this is once again from Estelle. This is the Scarlet planner, but it's in the Lilac Limerence color. I really like this color. It's my very first Estelle, but I did order a new one, and that should be coming in the mail. So once that comes, I'll probably move into it. So here I just have some decorative die cuts. I have another dashboard from Hello Paper Cat. So if I ever want to change it up with this one, I have that handy. I have some die cuts from Purpose Papery, Hello Paper Cat, and Powder World. And once again, these are dividers that I made, and these vinyls are from Panda Pig. So I just have some scrapbooking paper there. This is a die cut from Paper Echoes, and I have this vellum from Justenia. So I have my monthly in here. So the whole purpose of this planner is, this is the one that I'm going to take out with me. It'll go in my purse, or if I'm staying at home, this is what I will take with me from room to room. I do work in different areas of my house, so I want to have a planner with me if I need to jot something down. So I do have a monthly, so this is what my monthly looks like in the A6 format with a Monday start, and I'm just going to keep this up to date. It's going to be repetitive with my other one, but obviously for the purpose of planning things out, I need to have an updated monthly in all my planners. So I have that. I have this jelly dashboard that I made, and inside I have some Paper Echoes die cuts. This is a journaling card from Justenia, and I printed it on cardstock and I backed it with some TPS paper. So here I have some weeklies, and I'm not sure if this section will stay in here because I do have weeklies in my other planner, but since this is the one that I'm going to have with me the most, I figure that I should probably have one in here. So I actually have a couple of different variations. I have the smaller ones, and then I also have the regular vertical ones. This is a week on 4 pages. Next up is my daily section, and this is definitely going to be staying in here. This is a Paper Echoes die cut, and the dailies I definitely use in here. Because of the smaller size, I definitely find that I gravitate to dailies in an A6. And then I have this top-loading page marker that I made. So I put some paper in there and some die cuts. And then I have another variation of the dailies. So the other one was just grid. This one I can use the sticker kits if I want to. Next up is my inbox section. So here I just have a variation of lists. So I have actually 2 sections in my inbox. So one is for work and one is for personal. So dividing that, I do have this inbox top tab once again with some papers and die cuts just to add a little bit of deco. And then this is from Paper Echoes once again. So this is going to be my work inbox, and having 2 different inboxes just allows me to organize things rather than having it all in one place. So I know where to look if I'm looking for something specific. Here's another dashboard, and I backed it with TPS paper. My next section is lists. So I made this vellum. I'm not sure where the digital is from, but I have another Paper Echoes die cut there. And here I just have lists. So here I have things like things to do, things to watch, things to buy. So all those kind of lists go in here. And then in here I do have another journaling card This clip is from Kiki K, and that is from Powder World. And the second list section is more like permanent lists. So this is like lists of inserts that I bought. I want to keep track of a list of kits that I have that I want to use. Coupon codes. I have a list of planners here. My last section is my budgeting section. So I have more paper, and then I just have some planner no spend goals, shops that I like to shop at, that kind of thing. I will put my wish list and stuff. I do have this dashboard from Tool & Twine. And then at the very back here, I do have this habit tracker. And I'm actually thinking of setting it up as a daily routine. So I'm going to come up with a daily routine. I haven't decided on it, but basically I'm going to put my AM routine and my PM routine here. And then that way I can check it off as I go. And then here is a little acrylic charm paper clip, and that is from Paper Echoes. At the very back, I do have another one of these dashboards. It has a Kiki K black sticky note on it, and then a sticky pocket with some die cuts in it. On my strings at the very back, I have this Kiki K notepad. And in here, I've been keeping some notes on yoga. So I've been doing these classes, so I'm just keeping notes on them. And in here there's also some affirmations, so I like having that. And then at the very back I just have some die cuts. So these are from Purpose Papery and Hello Paper Cat. And this pen is from Kiki K. So this is my on-the-go kind of everyday carry. So all these planners are in my 2021 lineup. I'm looking forward to working with them. It may seem kind of excessive for a lot of people just because there are 5 here, but I do have multiple businesses and multiple jobs, so this will hopefully keep me sane. But if you guys are planning on purchasing from my shop, please don't forget to use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order, and let me know what you guys are going to be using in 2021. I want to know what type of planners you're using and also how many planners you're going to be using. But that is my video for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. But that's it for me, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!